always thought that you needed Jiffy Pop in order to cook popcorn on the stove. I never realized that you could do it just with a pot and some oil on the stove. And ever since I've learned that, it has been a game changer. Hey, my name is Jay and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be cooking a healthy snack on the stove. It's going to be popcorn, okay? I don't know about you, but I love me some popcorn. Used to do microwave bag popcorn, but found it's not as healthy for you. I am someone who loves to eat healthy as well as love popcorn. Having it on the stove is a healthier version. Tasty as well. So let's get started. We're going to start with the kernels. I do over Rittenbacher, but actually there is a cheaper version of popcorn kernels at Aldi's that I love. Listen here, this was like $7, okay? Then the Aldi's brand is $2 or $3, and they both taste the exact same. Do what brand you feel is best for you. Also, I like to do coconut oil as my base. We're going to do salt, okay? And then for butter, ghee as well as regular butter, okay? I like the mixture of both. But if you're not familiar with ghee, is clarified butter, like you're eating like crab legs or you're eating lobster tails. It does have a different taste when you first starting out, just to give you a heads up. Now, with the coconut oil, you can do coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, whichever one you like, or even butter, but I just do about 2 tablespoons. Okay, I like to put this on medium. Okay. All right, and then we're going to put in the pot. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. There you go. Next thing, I just let it coat the bottom here. Okay. All right, and then use a cup, use a half a cup of popcorn kernels, put it in the bottom. Make sure that it is evenly coated. I use a large pot because I like a whole lot of popcorn. And this, you normally can eat twice. Different settings. Then a clear lid so you can see through. That is very important because you do want to see how your popcorn is popping. Okay. While I'm going to do that, I'm going to put some butter inside this ramekin. I don't like too much. You need to do what's best for you. I just like a little taste. Now, I used to love movie theater butter popcorn, but when I go to movie theaters, it's too doggone buttery. So I just use just enough, and I put the ghee on top. Usually about whatever is comfortable for you. I don't want to say how much because everybody likes their popcorn buttery as they like it. Okay, and then I do the salt while that's still doing this thing. Nothing is starting to pop yet. I'm putting salt, cracking as much as you like. I notice that my homemade popcorn, I like a little saltier than popcorn in movie theaters, but I like it less butterier. So I'm going to put this in the oven, or you can put it, putting it in the air fryer. All right, I'm just going to put that on bake just for a couple seconds. It don't need to be on there long. Next thing, we're going to get back to the popcorn. This is basically it. It doesn't take long to do this at all. It takes a few minutes, so you just have to have patience. So I'll let this cook. And that's why you can do this stuff with the butter and all that while you're waiting for it. So if you like it real buttery, you might want a quarter, teaspoon or something of butter. You might want to do up to here. What is it? 1 or 2 tablespoons of butter if you want it to be real buttery. And you really just want the butter to get clarified so you can pour it on top. And it does take a few minutes, but you see it's already starting to pop. Did you hear it? Now, at this point, once the first layer is popped at the bottom, then I turn it down to 3 or 4. Okay, I like the first layer coat to be popped. Now, I don't touch it at all while it's doing this first round of popping. Okay? And let me tell you, this popcorn is, to me, is so good. It's so much healthier. It's nothing like having hot popcorn off the stove. You don't have to worry about the carcinogens and cancer causing popcorn that's being in the microwave, because the microwave chemicals, the microwave waves, as well as the bag itself, they say that bag itself causes cancer, which I never knew. And I used to love me some Orville Rittenbacher movie theater butter. Okay, so now you're starting to not see the bottom. So what I do next is I start to shake it up. I like every, you see that kernel? I like every kernel to be popped. And normally I can get that. So I just start shaking it. As I'm shaking it, if you can see this, I'm starting to reduce that down to 4 or 3, whichever one is comfortable to you. As more and more is being popped, I'm slowly reducing it down to like almost low, to simmer. So now I'm doing it to 2. Okay. See if you can see that. 2. And next, always shaking it. And then I'm getting down to 1, because this is almost a full pot. Now, again, you might want to do a little more, a little less. A half a cup usually will fill this whole thing up, and a little more. You see that? Okay. So now, once you stop hearing it, and always shake it. You always have to shake it to get all those kernels. You shake. Now, when you start hearing it less and less, you know it's about time for it to stop popping. It's still popping every few seconds. Ooh. Okay, now you're starting to hear it low. Less popping. Okay, so now that's the off. So off. I like to shake it in the air. Make sure every single one. I leave it on there. Okay, you still hear it popping a little bit, right? But now the burner is off. So whatever those last little, shake it down there, is going to continue to pop. And while that's continuing to pop, I'm still looking at the butter. And you want the butter completely melted. Okay. See that smoke? Oh, yes. Okay. I use the salt. And yes, I salted again. You salt what you like. Okay. I don't like it overly salty. But I do find that when you're home, having homemade popcorn, you don't need that much butter. It's like when you cook chicken in the air fryer, you don't even have to season it that much. Especially if it's a Ninja air fryer. Okay. Now our butter is melted. I do like to keep it on, because if any other popcorn kernels are popping, they will pop. See, I'm going to see the butter. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, I have it on top of foil because it just came out the air fryer and it's hot. Okay, so then I put a little more salt in this. I like it salty, child. Salty enough. Let's taste it. Now, it's so funny because when I cook rice, I rarely put salt in it. But when I cook butter, popcorn, I do salt in my butter. And the butter is hot. This butter here tastes exactly like the butter you get from the movie theaters. I'm going to pour it over. Because this is the good stuff, child. Pour it over, all over. All of you hear that sizzle down there? Ooh, yeah. And I like to get all that salt up in there. All that salt up in there. Okay. Then I like to shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture, right? Shake it, go upside down. And then, okay, so what I also like to do, is I like to put, oh my God, that's perfect. I like to pour some pieces inside the ramekin. And get all the rest of that salt out of there. And butter. I like to just roll that around. Get that too. Put it back up the top. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, my little popcorn. I'm about to tear that up though. Here we go. Do it again. Shake it. Okay. Okay. Popcorn is done. It is so delicious. Now, it is warm. Kids, they say kids should not, toddlers should not eat popcorn until at least 5 years old. So if you do give your child popcorn, you need to make sure that there's no kernels or anything in it. And watch them intently and always give them something to drink. Okay? But I highly recommend not giving toddlers popcorn until at least older. Because remember, the kernels are there and get stuck in their throat. Different things like that. My husband is not really a popcorn person. But honey, I love it. Juice. You have a glass of wine. Watch a movie. Watch a show. And it's amazing. So, there you go. Popped popcorn on the stove. Absolutely divine. Don't you worry, I'm eating. This will be 2 different settings. And that's another thing. You can have as much as you like. Not a lot of calories at all. And it's guilt-free. You know what I'm saying? It's guilt-free. You don't have to worry about all the cancers and sicknesses that microwave popcorn give you. I wanted to show you how much kernels are actually left after you pop your popcorn on the stove opposed to in a bag. Okay? So let's see. This is the top. And that's the... It's usually not a lot, if any. Look at that. Look at that. Hello. Did you see any popcorn kernels left? Listen here. You spend the money, you get it all, and get all that goodness. You get all that goodness and don't leave nothing behind. So, hope you enjoyed this video. As always, make sure you look at some of the other videos in the playlist. Love reigns, and laugh, love, live life to the fullest. And don't forget to live your passion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, my.